Hello guys, this is Rio the Beast with the first YouTube video of this channel, and I was going to go over how to level without having to go underground worrying about people PKing you all day and all that. And one of the first things I like to mention is if you're a new player, or even if you're been around for a while, I'd highly recommend mining, because later on in the game, it's going to be kind of hard to get all mithril gear unless you have a guild supporting you from being killed all the time, or players that are farming it for you that are higher level. So definitely get into mining so you can get your mithril at least. Anything higher than that is not really needed unless you plan on spending actual money on the game. But definitely get mithril. Then the reason I'm staying here is because kind of lower level, you can stay here till easily about uh, 20 or so, maybe even higher, depending. But the Frog King's field, just west of Farm Moon here, out in this field to the west of the bank, there's a lot of Frog Kings here. Not only is this a good place to get some easy experience because they die so easy. Well, I mean, being higher level, they'll die easier, and you get 57 experience at its lowest, which as fast as you can kill them, the experience adds up really quick, and that might not seem like a lot, but being able to kill them faster than the higher level mobs definitely helps out because you'll end up gaining more experience in the long run. Now this is gonna be a lot of time dedication, so if you're just don't have the time for it, then yeah, farming high level mobs, it'll take you longer to get the experience, but you will, yeah, you'll still level up. But it's right here in this field is a really good spot to start your leveling. Also, when you're leveling your skills, you can generally level them pretty evenly. Your defense, your dexterity, and your strength. It'll help you level up faster, and it'll get you stronger to be able to take down bigger mobs. All right, that's for this area. The next area I'm going to show you is here at this right at this tree stump right here. You got these three level 18 iguanas, and they have a pretty high spawn rate. So by the time you kill one, it'll kill all three. Another one will spawn shortly after, usually, depending on how high your level you are. Because if you're killing them in one hit, it's obviously going to take a little bit longer. But the area is just right above the three fishing holes here, just a little northeast of the mountain there. And just look for this tree stump. You just kill these iguanas, and I spent a lot of time in this area leveling just because how quick I could kill them, and I gained a lot of experience. I was probably here in this area from easily 30 to 50, and I was gaining a lot of experience really quickly. Another good spot about the king frogs and the iguanas here is the frogs drop bronze weapons plus weapons, and the iguanas they drop all iron armors except for the helmet and the weapons. But the reason that's good is because these areas is always stressed that making friends is important. So when you're farming these areas and you find some drops of bronze plus or iron plus, it's if you get people in world chat, tell them that it's dropping. It's a good way to make friends, and they'll help you out later on in the game. All right, so we're going to continue off to the next area here. The next area is right up here, and it's a bit of a walk, but as you can see, there's a lot of Skull Kings. Skull Kings, they'll drop a +1 black pants, which is pretty useful. Also, the Skull Queens also drop some plus steel. So I can't remember exactly what they drop. I think it's the Queens drop a plus steel hands, maybe boots. I'm not sure. I haven't really farmed them enough to know. But definitely the Skull Kings here, when you get higher enough level to be able to take them down fairly easy. I mean, they're really good to farm, and just for the experience later on. So um, just stay in this area. It's all up here by Turnbridge here, or Tunbridge, sorry. All this beach right here has a whole bunch of them. Also, to the far left, there's of Tunbridge to the very west. There's all the beach there in the corner. It also has Skull Kings, but they're not nearly as spaced closely together as the ones over here. Also, you have a lot of the queens next to each other too, so it's a nice place to farm. Black pants have a black plus pants have a very low drop rate. They will drop eventually, but you're gonna have to kill hundreds of these Skull Kings to get it. But it's worth it if you're not willing to pay the amount for shards. Which, if you got the money, I mean, up until like steel shards are very reasonably priced, and maybe about 200 of them plus all your gear to plus two, maybe a little. It'll probably be a little bit more than that, but they're fairly reasonably priced. So definitely, I would buy shards if you're going to plus your gear because farming them is just not really adequate. I mean, there's drop rates so low on them that you're just wasting your time trying to get them. We'll go off to the next area here. All right, we got the Balals. I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. Balals. Anyway, they're just up here to the very west of Volrock. They're pretty close spaced together, and they can hit like a truck if you're not properly geared or properly have your stats set up right. But later on, you clearly see 187 experience for them, and so you can farm them pretty fast, and you'll level up a lot faster. And uh, I spent up until about 70 here just because how quick I was able to kill them. Also, I would not try to attempt these guys until you have your mithril gear because you're going to spend so much fish that it's not going to be worth it unless you have a really high surplus of fish. I wouldn't recommend it until you get mithril gear. There's I'll show you a couple other spots that are pretty safe in PvP areas most of the time, and then um, we'll go from into an actual red zone PvP area that most don't usually PK from if you're able to get past the initial part. A really good spot to farm XP is standing right here when you're able to AFK farm pretty well and you don't die to these golems. If you stand right here, you have golems that spawn to the right of me and to the left of me. As you can notice, Keys here is utilizing that. And it's most of the time you're pretty safe. You might have somebody run through and kill you, but most people don't kill people here in golems. It does happen, but usually it's pretty rare. It's just you'll get you'll get PK'd by players running to the higher levels underground, the ladder up there. But usually it's a safe area. And now this is the area where it gets into trouble. This is a PvP area, and you're going to want mithril gear before you even come down here. Not so much that you can't farm it, but because the people that are down here, they're fighting for their spots, and so you're not going to be able to actually naturally pick up mithril gear unless you're friends with somebody that's going to give it to you. And what I'm going to do here is show you how to get to a really good leveling area. Without pulling other people's mobs, because if you pull other people's mobs, they're going to hunt you down. You're going to have a bad day. So I'll show you how to get through here without pulling their mobs and pulling the wrong people's attention to chase you down. So we're going to go across this bridge here. Now, there's usually somebody standing here. Most of the time, the person standing here is not going to attack you. But if you go to the right here, there is a very good spot. As you notice, Ponzu right there. He's doing some leveling. You don't want to go across that bridge because there's a bunch of bunch of golems there, and they're going to get pulled by your aggro, and they're going to get upset, and they're probably going to kill you, and you're going to be walking all the way back. Toxic here, he's leveling too. The golem here, you're not going to want to go off to the right. You'll want to go off to the left, depending where they're at. Go off to the left here. Go out and around. Do your best to not pull their mobs. Just stay far away from them as you can. So come around here. Go across this bridge here. Across this bridge, you're probably going to find kill members also farming here. But same again, you're going to want to try to avoid their mobs. Stay away from them. I mean, if you've tried being quiet, you've been nice and chat and all that, they're not usually going to hunt you down. So stay out of their range. Go out and around. Same with over here. There's also going to be, yep, Saul's right there. So same again. Avoid pulling aggro. I don't pull aggro, but I'm just showing you guys how to do that. So after you get through there, there's a little, go down this ramp here. You can kill these fire golems, but I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, they hit pretty hard and they don't give the best of experience, just because the kill, how long it takes to kill to the experience rate. Just walk all the way out and around here. Usually back in this area, nobody's going to chase you down. Not very many people come back this way. Um, just gotta get out and around them. Now these lava golems here, or lava demons, sorry, are here. They're good for farming if you're not high enough to go where I'm showing you to go right here. Chances are where I'm going, there's probably somebody already there. So the best thing to do is you're just going to have to find some of the other mobs that I showed you in a non-PvP area to start leveling, or else you're just not going to ever get anywhere and you're going to lose your experience rate. And experience rate's very important. So we're almost there. It's a long walk, but it's worth it. Alright, so right up here, oh, not the 57s. There's that rock to the left there. It's just right beyond this rock. I'll show you on the map here in a second where you want to go. So when you've got your mithril gear, yep, see, somebody already here. But this mithril gear, well, you'll want that, and you're going to want shards to be able to plus that myth gear. Now I found that these level 58 molten demons here drop the highest amount of mithril shards, and I've got thousands of them in my bank, so I just use them to plus other mithril people for or mithril armor. So when auction house comes, I can just sell it there. But you notice you got that molten demon there that spawns. You also have this molten demon here that spawns. Now, like I said, these, in my experience, are the best area to grab mithril shards if you're able to survive without using too much fish. But I had no problem. I did them from about I did them for about 60 to um yeah, about 60 to 65, something like that. But another good spot is usually you won't get pk'd in this area right here at these molten 59 demons. The 59 demons also drop mithril gear, which they drop the mithril pants, which this is a good area if it's not taken. And usually nobody up there will come down here and kill you unless, like I said, they saw you and you've made an enemy of them. Then you might as well not even bother coming down here. But yeah, these two right here, they just go back and forth killing these guys, and you'll be all set. Now I'll show you a last little tip that helps lower level people get a little bit higher, and that you can do fairly easily while you're sleeping. Alright, this is one of the last areas I'd like to show you. Just, it's a white skull PvP area, which means people only 10 levels above you are gonna 10 levels within your rank are gonna be able to attack you. So you within your uh, rank there. So I'm a colonel. So if they're the same rank as you, then you're gonna be able to attack them. They'll be able to attack you. But usually at night, if you stand right here around 17, 18 level, depending what weapon you're using and your stats. You could just usually stand here overnight and it'll level you, but it's good for whenever you can't do combat and you're sleeping, so you're not losing your experience gains. So just stand here. They spawn every minute or so. I think it's every minute, but your health regenerates. So while you're sleeping at night, you can just stand here, gain experience, and it's really good to do when you're lower level. Helps you. Well, just yeah, your experience gains while you're sleeping at night. It's definitely a big plus. You can't shut that down. There's also some other places that you can AFK level, but it's it depends. I didn't really do it too much, but the other areas I showed you, I leveled up there quite a bit because I'm playing the game quite a bit, so I didn't need to AFK level too much. But I think that's going to be it for me. If you guys like this video and you guys want to see some tips to try to get up there higher on the levels, and then go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Nice. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in game.